This is CBS News Bay Area with Juliette Goodrich.
Good evening. So money meant for those who need it the most, gone in just a matter of seconds. Thieves are targeting recipients of food assistance programs, and it is adding up. In fact, take a look at this number. Since July of 2021, the state has paid out more than $86 million in reimbursements for stolen benefits that were meant for low-income Californians. Fixes are in the works to make the system more secure, but our Leslie Gooden heard from two Contra Costa County victims who worry it is not happening fast enough.
Now serving E169 window 12.
Whoever's doing this is wrong.
Alexis is a mother of 6 and says back on August 1st, she was supposed to get nearly $900 in benefits.
I checked my card and it said $17. I'm like, wait, this is weird. So I look and it says it was taken off at 6 o'clock in the morning at a U.S. bank, which I normally pull my money off of. So I'm like, okay, I was asleep at 6 in the morning, like, where's my money?
Alexis says this all happened while she was in the process of moving into her new apartment and celebrating her daughter's birthday. She says when she called to see what happened to her money, she was told.
And they were like, oh, you're probably part of fraud. Can you come in and just do your paperwork and cancel your card? I'm like, that's fine.
U.S. banks at this?
No, the county. I come in, cancel the card, but I didn't do it in time, so my food stamps got took.
You can see right here on August 2nd, $357 in food stamps was taken out of her account.
I got the cash reimbursed, but I'm still waiting for food stamps. They say they take longer to get.
Now serving B156 at window 12.
And it's happening literally every day. Like a family member just had it happen to her a few days ago, which is crazy.
And she is not the only one.
Mine happened like 3 months ago, so I believe it was like August or something like that. It was hard because you have to fill out paperwork, you have to talk to other people. It's not something you can control yourself.
Alicia, a mom of 2, says thankfully her funds were returned in 24 hours.
It's $927, and then they also took $400 in food stamps, which I get $627 in that. So
They took everything.
yeah, pretty much everything.
We reached out to the California Department of Social Services about this issue, and they confirmed there are currently multiple investigations underway and arrests have been made. And they shared the following statement. The department will soon be launching EBT Edge, a mobile application and online web portal, which will allow EBT cardholders to freeze their card when it's not in use and block all online and or out-of-state transactions, change PINs, and request a replacement card directly through the app. And it is expected to launch soon this year. Alexa says she and others hope that the department can move faster with the reimbursement process and wants the thieves to know this.
You don't want to send your child to school hungry or have them homeless, sleeping in your car. It's a lot of encampments. Like, who wants to have a family in an encampment because of someone stealing other people's stuff?
And we have been in communication with Contra Costa County about this issue, and they want to remind everyone, if you suspect fraud on your account, to please call the California Department of Social Services.
Leslie, thank you for that story. And so how are thieves getting to the money? While we still don't know who's behind the cases that Leslie mentioned, 2 recent investigations revealed that the criminals are using credit card skimmers. In one case out of Los Angeles, 15 people were arrested for skimming EBT cards. And in another case, a skimming ring was busted in Michigan. The criminals accused of stealing EBT numbers and using the fake numbers to buy food and other items. Not in California, but in Michigan. The Department of Social Services is working to add a chip to EBT cards, but that's not going to start until next summer. So if you think you've been a victim of theft, contact your local Department of Social Services office, as Leslie mentioned in her story as well, to get to the bottom of this. All right, let's get a live look at San Francisco. It's already dark outside after that we set our clocks back yesterday. Hope you remember to do that. We're definitely getting more of that fall feeling with those scattered showers, so I guess it kind of matches. So let's get to Paul Hagan with more on that. Hey, Paul.
Yeah, still a few showers out there this evening. We saw widespread rain late yesterday into last night. It's been more of a hit or miss pattern today, and now the showers are becoming much more miss than hit. But there are still a couple out there. Let's zoom in for a closer look. The North Bay has seen just a little bit of lingering shower activity this evening, but even there, things are mostly drying out. And the shower activity that's making its way through the Santa Cruz Mountains and into the Santa Clara Valley is also starting to dry up. We put everything in motion over the past couple of hours, and you can see the bulk of the rain is shifting farther and farther to the east, a trend that will continue as we head through the rest of tonight. Futurecast indicates potential for some offshore rain to make its way closer to the coast, but fall apart as it approaches the coast by tomorrow morning. So a mix of clouds and sunshine early in the day, and then we should see plenty of sunshine by tomorrow afternoon. Let's talk about how much rain has added up. Not a whole lot in the Santa Clara Valley. We're talking about a few hundredths of an inch of rain in most locations, but every little drop does help, especially when it comes to mitigating the fire threat. Amounts in the East Bay were more variable. Over a third of an inch for Fremont, almost a quarter inch for Livermore, but barely more than a trace for Antioch. The farther inland you go, the more likely you stay pretty dry. Over a tenth of an inch for Half Moon Bay, but less than that in San Francisco and in Oakland. The highest amounts, as you would expect, as is typical for this time of year, north of the Golden Gate. A quarter inch to a half inch of rain for the North Bay on a widespread basis, and some spots even got closer to 1 inch of total rainfall. We're just going to take a look if there's any more rain headed our way as we head through the next several days, coming up in the full forecast.
Paul, thank you. And later this week, APEC kicks off in San Francisco. Leaders from 21 countries are set to come together. The conference also includes a high-stakes meeting between President Biden and Chinese President Xi Jinping. And as you can imagine, security is going to be tight. So starting Monday, the areas surrounding the entire Moscone Center will have checkpoints for people and drivers to enter and leave the area. Our Jose Martinez breaks down the impact that residents and local businesses will be feeling.
I'm here near the Moscone Center, and this will look a lot different next week because APEC is bringing a lot of street closures and security. So businesses in this area are now wondering how this will affect them.
It's the calm before the storm, or at least before APEC.
I have no clue what to expect. There's been a lot of things going around.
Celine Nasser-Eldin is the manager at SF Deli and Wine, one of many business owners, workers, and residents near the Moscone Center who are bracing themselves for the upcoming APEC conference, scheduled from November 11th to the 17th.
Realistically, the way things have gone in the past, especially with important people, is they pay for them already to be set up. You know, they're going to go in their hotels and do their banquet room things and their big buffets and whatever else, and they're not going to small businesses. They're not walking around San Francisco, sadly.
And things are about to get complicated when it comes to street closures and security right outside her business, located on Mission Street and 4th Street, just a block away from the Moscone Center.
I was asking about that, and apparently our street is okay. They'll have the checkpoints, but they're letting people through. But the next block over, no one's allowed in the area. It's very confusing. I'm not exactly sure.
So we spoke with Jeff Tumlin, SFMTA's Director of Transportation, to get some clarity.
If you're coming into San Francisco, take Muni, BART, Caltrain, or the ferries. Actually, it will be a fun time to be in San Francisco, so long as you're not trying to drive through south of Market.
Jeff tells me there are going to be some street closures.
So there'll be two of the freeway off-ramps will be closed that week. The 5th Street off-ramp from the Bay Bridge, as well as the 4th Street off-ramp from US 101. And portions of Mission, Howard, Folsom will be closed between 2nd and 5th, as well as the streets around the top of Nob Hill.
Now, if you're using public transportation, keep in mind that Moscone Center Station will be closed.
In addition, we'll be running very, very frequent shuttle trains between Powell Street Station and Chinatown to make sure that people can still easily get into and out of Chinatown.
To Celine's concern about checkpoints, pay attention to this map. Pedestrian checkpoints will be located within the secure zone at Huntington Park, Folsom and 3rd Streets, Howard and 5th Streets, and on Mission between 3rd and 4th Streets. And forget about street parking if you live in the area.
We do have plenty of available capacity at MTA garages outside of the zones in Union Square and around Chinatown, as well as private garages available elsewhere.
A lot of information that Celine says she never got before until today.
I just received a packet today from my friend that works at Trader Joe's. He asked his boss for this for me. Yeah, kind of more details. I mean, somewhat, there's, more information than I've heard from anybody.
Ahead of the conference, city officials are also working to connect unhoused people to shelters and other services in an effort to clear homeless encampments. But the city must also stay within bounds of a federal injunction that limits encampment sweeps. So the Chronicle reports San Francisco is rolling out its winter shelter program just in time for APEC. This will open a 30-spot nighttime shelter not far from the Moscone Center. The city is also expanding capacity at multiple shelters it is already operating. And we will take a closer look at security for this massive conference tonight at 8 on the primetime edition over on PIX Plus. Well, it's not just APEC. Today we learned another huge event is coming to the Bay Area, and it's all centered around Chase Center. Coming up.